We're going to do some X reacts. All right. There's been a lot of conversation on Vikings Twitter or Vikings X, whatever the hell you want to call it, but about CJ Stroud and him being a young rookie quarterback. And is it possible like this is what the Vikings should do? They should go after a rookie quarterback that's at the top of their class. And you can still win football games and even win a playoff game if you're using the same formula that the Texans are doing. I mean, they're making it possible, right? So we're going to talk about it. There's a lot of people that feel like this is the way to go. I'm actually one of them. Like, I feel like you have to take that chance. I mean, whether you sign Kirk or you go after one of the top quarterbacks, you're taking a chance regardless, especially going after a 36-year-old quarterback coming off an Achilles. It's almost just as risky as if you go and try to get one of those top echelon quarterbacks coming into the draft, but that's neither here nor there. But man, CJ Stroud, this dude act bad during his first playoff game. And not to well, we'll talk about one of the tweets, but CJ Stroud he was 16 for 21, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns with a 157.2 passer rating. Now, there was a lot of talk with CJ Stroud coming into the draft. I was one of them. He definitely wasn't my top guy. There was a lot of talks about him not doing good in the new Wonderlic test or whatever the new test is called. People were judging him off that. He said, listen, I play football, all right? And I'm going to go out there and show you guys that I can play football. And God damn it, if he ain't doing that. You know, they literally smacked the Browns, man. Made it look easy. CJ Stroud looks really good. In my opinion, you know, to me, I look at stuff like that and I'm like, yo, this is what I want the Vikings to do. Go after one of these guys, man. Like, this is the time right now in the draft. Now, you may feel different and that's okay. Like, you might want to bring Kirk back and that's perfectly fine. You hear me? Like, but eventually you're going to have to do something like this, okay? And start winning some playoff games eventually. All right, eventually you're going to have to say, man, I want to win some playoff games. We got to make a different move because we've tried it over and over with Kirk. But let's read some tweets, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to have some fun. This is from Teddy Bridgewater Stan, man. He said, how is this possible? I was told that drafting a rookie QB equals automatic bust and 4 wins at max. Ooh-wee. You know, like, hey, and I feel the same. Like, there's been a lot of talk of people saying, hey, if you draft a rookie quarterback, you're not going to win a lot of football games. You're going to be down in the dumps. You're going to automatically lose. I don't know if that's looking like that, man. And, you know, unfortunately, the Packers are smacking the Cowboys 27-7 at the time I'm shooting this video. And Jordan Love, I mean, this guy's looking really good, bro. Now, you could say it's because he sat behind Aaron Rodgers and he plays like Aaron Rodgers. You could see it. I ain't gonna lie. But see, we were talking about this in the group chat. I don't want my new quarterback to play like Kirk Cousins. The whole point is to move off of that type of play style and get a new type of guy. So sitting behind Kirk Cousins does nothing for me. I'm not trying to hear that argument. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? We got Boom Boom Skull. He said CJ Stroud is about to be tied with Kirk O'Chains in playoff wins, and he'll have done it in his rookie season. Busting shots, man. Busting shots. You know, like, hey, he does have the same amount of playoff wins already, man. You know what I'm saying? If the Vikings don't re-sign Kirk, Jefferson is going to demand a trade to Houston to go play with CJ Stroud because he sees CJ Stroud's playing now. You know, because I put some other tweets in here too. They're not just all negative about we should get a rookie quarterback. Some people are disagreeing with the facts of that. You know, shout out Ted Glover. He said, weird that if you pick the right quarterback, you can go to the playoffs right away and don't have to re-sign a veteran. You feel me? Like, hey, shout out to that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get the right guy, things are possible. It's about knowing how to identify that guy. All right. So that in itself is a big deal. That is something that we have to trust Kwesi Adofo-Mensah and his staff to do. Like, you know, because there's going to be 4 or 5 quarterbacks, but can you pick the one that's like CJ Stroud and what CJ Stroud is doing this year? You know, and the Texans also had some years with some good draft picks to be able to build their team. They know how to draft. This been a work in progress. But to get rid of Deshaun Watson, all right, somebody who was a superstar down in Houston, get rid of that, and then not even 2 years removed from that, you're already back in the playoffs and being competitive, man. Shout out to the Texans, man. I ain't gonna lie. This is a tweet from Warren Meeker at Sodak47. He said, bringing Kirk back or don't, I will pull for whoever is at quarterback. But stop the Kirk can't win crap to win. You have to give up at least one less point than the opponent. He has a point. You do have to give up at least one less point than the opponent. You know what I'm saying? You got to. You got to, man. Here's one from Beerly Football. Is CJ Stroud the best young QB in the NFL? I'm going to say, I'm going to have to say, yeah, man. You know, like if we're talking rookies, man, it's not even close. You know, obviously, Anthony Richardson wasn't really able to compete as long because he got injured early in. So, I mean, yeah, CJ Stroud's definitely the best rookie quarterback, and it's not even close. You hear me? Here's one from Q. It says CJ Stroud, years in the NFL, 1 playoff wins, 1. Kirk Cousins, years in the NFL, 12 playoff wins, 1. They said taking a quarterback high doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's how I feel too, man. You know, I've always talked about that. Y'all know we talk about, hey, like, just because you get a rookie quarterback doesn't mean you can't be competitive as you are with this veteran quarterback that you have on your team at the moment, you know, and that's not even just Kirk. Like there's a couple teams that are in this same position. Like, why keep running that back when you can go get a young quarterback and, you know, build your team around that, like be able to stack your defense up and do things like that. And hey, good defense makes for an easy offense. I'm telling you, when you have a good defense and you're able to invest in your defense, your offense can run smoothly, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need a guy throwing 4,000 yards every season and shit like that. It looks good for that individual, but I mean, when it comes to the team, it just, obviously it's not working for us. You know, and it's the last one from the Purple Persuasion. He says, since QB Kirk Cousins signed with the team in 2018, the Vikings have missed the playoffs 4 out of the last 6 years and have 1 playoff win. Hashtag Skol. You know what I'm saying? But, man, that's that, man. You know, listen, it all boils down to this. This year right here, y'all know we want Jaden Daniels over here at Vocal Vike, man. Triple Peasy, y'all know, man. Like, listen, we want Jaden Daniels. Shout out Jamie from GG. We went and watched the film last night, man. We had a great time. It was a good time watching that. You know, speaking it into existence, man. Bring us that guy. We need that guy, man. Free up some money. Let's start building this team. It's time to turn the page. You hear me? Let me know how y'all feel about CJ Stroud and should the Vikings draft a young quarterback and start building a new dynasty. Kwesi, Kevin O'Connell and company start to identify their own identity. You know what I mean? Instead of using what Rick Spielman and Zimmer did. I thought that era was over. Let me know how you feel. Appreciate y'all. Holla at your boy.
Yeah. Smooth summer. Who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gonna do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.